Welcome to this explainer. When you hear the name Bruce Lee, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? It's probably those lightning-fast punches, right? Or maybe those unbelievable gravity-defying kicks. I mean, the guy was a physical specimen just unlike any other in history. But here's the thing. While the whole world was busy just being completely mesmerized by his unparalleled physical speed and agility, his true power actually lay in something completely invisible. It wasn't just his muscles that made him a global icon. It was his mind. So today, we're going to unpack the ultimate blueprint of an iron mind, drawing directly from the philosophy and legacy of a true master.
Okay, let's dive into this. The core premise we're exploring today is that long before Bruce Lee ever became a worldwide martial arts legend, way before the Hollywood cameras ever rolled or the massive crowds started cheering, he had actually already fought and won a much harder, much quieter battle. And that was the battle against fear, against doubt, and against self-limitation. Pillar 1, the invisible opponent, the battle within. So before we go any deeper into the actual mechanics of his philosophy, I want you to just take a deep breath and reflect for a second. Really think about your own life. What do your internal battles look like? Because, we all have them. Think about that silent, solitary struggle you face maybe before you even step out of your front door in the morning. Who is the greatest enemy? Seriously, sit with that. Is it the person sitting across from me at a negotiation table? A competitor in your field? Maybe it's just the circumstances of your environment? Take a quick second to really search for your own answer here. Well, for Bruce Lee, the definitive answer to that question was never another fighter. It was never external at all. It was what he defined as the invisible opponent. It's that creeping internal voice of fear, doubt, and limitation that's just constantly whispering in your ear, you can't. Listen, every warrior, every professional, every single human being faces this. The absolute greatest threat to your success isn't someone else. It's exactly this voice. And recognizing and silencing it, well, that was the absolutely crucial first step in Lee's entire philosophy. Now, let's move to and see how this builds into Pillar 2, building an iron mind, training the thoughts. You see, just recognizing that internal voice of doubt is one thing, right? But actually silencing it requires some rigorous, highly systematic conditioning. Bruce Lee conditioned his mind just as intensely and with just as much discipline as he conditioned his muscles. And that's rare. Most people, even top-tier athletes, they spend their entire lives focusing purely on the physical side of the equation. They train the body. But Lee totally understood that supreme physical capability means absolutely nothing if you don't have the mental resilience to back it up. So while his peers were focusing solely on push-ups and heavy bags and physical drills, Bruce Lee was constantly, obsessively training his thoughts. So how did he actually execute this mental conditioning? Well, let's break down his process of resilience into 3 very actionable steps. Step 1, face the challenge as a lesson. When something incredibly hard happened, he didn't run away from it. He literally stopped and studied it. Step 2, experience failure. And this one is massive. He didn't try to artificially avoid failure. He walked right into it. He felt the full weight of it. And step 3, convert it to fuel for the next victory. Guys, this is where the magic transformation happens. Every single setback and every stumble was just systematically thrown right into the furnace to power his future triumphs. Which brings us to Pillar 3. Pressure creates power. Calm under stress. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that remaining calm under extreme stress wasn't just some lucky side effect of his physical training. It was an intentional, highly cultivated strength. Think about the immense, honestly overwhelming external pressure Bruce Lee faced throughout his entire life. I mean, breaking through these massive cultural barriers, carrying the sheer weight of Hollywood expectations, pushing through severe physical injuries. But instead of letting it crush him, he utilized it. Pressure didn't break him, it refined him. It's like a diamond being formed deep underground, The heavier the weight of the world got, the sharper, more focused, and absolutely flawless his execution became. Moving on to Pillar 4, the mind of a legend, victory before the strike. And this brilliantly illustrates his core understanding, because when you manage to cultivate that profound level of internal calm and mental fortitude, something truly incredible happens. You stop just winning individual fights, and your impact actually begins to echo through history. A powerful body can win a fight, sure, but that's a temporary, isolated victory. A powerful mind, though?
A powerful mind can literally change history. Bruce Lee completely understood that true, lasting victory begins in the mind, long before the first physical strike is even thrown. Because if you've already won that battle inside your own head, the external battle is really just a formality. And finally, we arrive at Pillar 5, a legendary legacy, mastering yourself. When we look back at his life through the lens of this source material, we realize his greatest legacy goes so far beyond the cinematic universe. It goes way beyond the famous one-inch punch or his revolutionary physical martial arts techniques. He inspired people to master themselves. And this is where I want to just pause for a second and talk directly to you. We've just walked through his blueprint, right? But how are you going to apply this inspiration today? When your own invisible opponent whispers "you can't" to you later this afternoon, how are you going to respond? Because the ultimate goal here isn't to be a perfect copy of Bruce Lee. The goal is to master yourself. So the crucial point is mental strength is about standing up every single time. It is absolutely not about never falling down. And it's definitely not about pretending you're invincible and never experiencing doubt. It is about relentless, unstoppable resilience. No matter how hard life hits you or how far you fall, you simply choose to stand back up. That raw, unfiltered resilience is the true enduring legacy Bruce Lee left for the world. We're going to wrap up this explainer by leaving you with this final blueprint. Just 3 simple, profound, and highly actionable commands. Master your mind, conquer your fear, become legendary. Take a moment right now and let those words really sink in. Look at your own life, your own goals, and your own invisible opponents, and ask yourself, what does becoming legendary actually look like in your own life?